Miss Liz, how about now? Can you hear me?
We can hear you, Bante.
You're wonderful. Everyone, please say 3 times together. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Good evening to everyone in the United States, even though it's the morning time in Sri Lanka. I'm conducting today's Dhamma teaching and the meditation session from a temple called Buddhi temple in the village called, the village's name is Padavite, which is situated hundreds of miles away from the Sri Lankan capital, Colombo. So somehow we are, the most important thing is that we are connecting together for the meditation, even though we are in faraway places. Still, we connect with each other through this meditation. So, this is the second meditation session that I conduct while staying in Sri Lanka online. And now all the dear meditators, they are practicing the second step of breathing meditation. Last week I described how to do that. Especially the old students, I sincerely request them to start the second practice of breathing meditation. How you do that? So you have to pay your entire attention. You have to pay your entire attention to the area below the nostrils and above the upper lip. Below the nostrils and above the upper lip means within this area. So when the breath comes and touches this area, please focus on the sensation of its touch. When the breath comes and touches that area which is below the nostrils and above the upper lip, so please be fully aware. Please be fully aware and understand right now, at this moment, the breath comes and touches this particular area. And then don't worry about it's moving inside. So let it go in and wait patiently. Wait very, very patient until it comes back. And don't try to think about anything. Just keep on focusing. Keep on focusing, and stay waiting until the breath comes back. When it comes back, it will touch the very same area and will go out. Just observe it as it is, accordingly. You can't, don't go to control the breath. Don't go to control the place where it comes and touches. Sometimes it may be the upper part of your upper lip, or middle part of your upper lip, or lower part of your upper lip. According to the quantity that you breathe in, so according to the way that you breathe in, and according to the way how your nose structure is, the breath comes and goes out, and it picks its own position, uh, its own positions. So according to the nature of your incoming breath. So let it come as it wants, let it go as it wants. Your job is just to observe the breath as it is, as it is. So at the same time, we have to develop three kinds of courages within. These three kinds of courages are, so Utthana, then Nikkama, and Parakama. Utta, those are the words of the Buddha. Utthana Dhatu means the courage to start. There are so many people who have the courage to start, so who even don't have the courage to start. Among them, you are fortunate. You have the courage to start. So to change, to transform, to develop oneself, someone needs courage. To reshape someone needs to have the courage. That person not only have to take the decision, that person has to walk in the path. To walk in the path, that person needs the courage. So I'm so glad, I'm so blessed to have students like you, because you have the courage to start. Not only you have the courage to start, you have the courage to continue. I know some of these meditators for several years now. So you have been practicing very, very ardently, and I have seen that. I have witnessed that. And by that way too, I feel that I'm lucky to have several dedicated students like you. Whenever I see you developing your Dhamma practice and meditation practice, and whenever you gain, so whenever you gain increasing inner peace and inner happiness, when you develop your inner calmness and inner peace, so that makes us so happy, and it makes us, so as a teacher, it makes us contented too. So please practice with a very dedicated mind. So second courage is the courage to continue. Third courage is Parakrama Dhatu. Parakrama Dhatu means the courage that we need to continue until we reach the final goal. So if we don't have these three kinds of courages, then we can't move forward in a Dhamma practice. So with a very strong, dedicated mind, everyone, please keep on practicing this noble path with giving your entire strength. So it is not easy to stick. If you don't have a vision, if you don't have if you don't have thoughts that I will reach from this point to that point, then it is not easy. Someone can begin, but moving forward is not easy. Let me teach you a story. Let me teach you about a story. Teach you a story which happened in Japan many centuries ago. Four Bantes went to a faraway forest, and these four Bantes, they decided that they will practice meditation and won't talk to each other until they attain the enlightenment. So they went to this forest monastery and they started practicing. And while they were practicing, the first day went well, second day went well, the third day went well. On the fourth day, what happened? What happened was the devotee, the lay devotee who was assigned to light the inner lamp. So there was a particular lamp that that they wanted to that was positioned in the middle of that main hall, and the devotee was supposed to light that lamp. And at that time, the devotee on that day, the lay devotee, he came early, and he also started practicing meditation. And while practicing meditation, he kept on improving. So he didn't want to open his eyes and light the lamp. So he kept on meditating. One of those Bantes, when he opened his eyes, suddenly he saw only the thick darkness around him. Seeing this, he was anxious, and he couldn't manage his desire. He couldn't manage his desire. He couldn't manage. He couldn't control himself. To sign the lay devotee to light the lamp. So what he did was, with the mouth, he just made a sound called shh. When he made this sound, so the another Bhante, he also couldn't maintain his silence. He said, so he couldn't control his mouth. He said, "Oh, you talk." He pointed his finger towards that first monk who made the hush sound and said, "Oh, you talk." And then the third monk, he also couldn't manage himself. So he said, "Oh, both of you are foolish because both of you broke the promise and talked." The fourth Bhante, he was still meditating. His legs were perfect. His hands didn't move. His head or neck didn't move. But something moved, the mouth. He opened his mouth and said, "I am the only one who didn't talk. I am the only one who didn't talk." This story shows how hard it is to continue a determination. We can start something, but continuation is hard. So Buddha is a great example for the courage of continuation. Not only Buddha started practicing, he kept on practicing for 6 years. He was a scientist himself, a universal scientist. So who was observing himself inside? For 6 years, he kept on doing that with utmost courage. And finally, not only he developed the courage of continuation, finally he reached his final goal. He developed the courage up to the level of achieving the final goal, so which is called as the Paraksamadha. We also should determine that not only I develop the courage of starting, I will continue the courage, and I will develop the courage of continuation, and finally I will try to reach the final goal, the real peace, the real happiness, Nibbana. So with that thought, we are going to start today's meditation too. Now everyone, please keep your back straight. neck straight and head straight. Please keep your right palm on your left palm. Take a deep breath. Let it go. Take another deep breath. Let it go. Take another deep breath. Please let it go. Now everyone, please calm down. Calm down. Calm down completely. First, I will pay our respect and gratitude towards the Buddha in brief. And after that, we are going to start today's meditation. Calm down. Namo tase bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhase. Namo tase bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhase. Namo tase bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhase. Itimiso bhagava arahang samma sambuddho vinyācarana sampanno sugato lokamidu anuttaro purisa dhamma sarati satta deva manussanam buddho bhagavati. Swakato bhagavata dhammo sanditiko akaliko ehi pasiko opanaiko pachatang veditammo vinyohiti. Supanipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Ujupanimagno bhagavato savaka sangho Nyaya patipagno bhagavato savaka sangho Samiti patipagno bhagavato savaka sangho Yadidang chattari purisa yugani Atte purisa puggala Esa bhagavato savaka sangho Ahuneyo pahuneyo Nakineyo anjali karaniyo Anuttarang punyaketang lokasati. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. With a very calm mind, with a very quiet mind, with an alert, very attentive mind, with a balanced, very equanimous mind, a mind with a lot of patience and dedication. Everyone, please start your meditation. If you are a newcomer, please observe the normal natural breath, which is coming in and going out through your nostrils. When it is coming in, be fully aware. When it is going out, be fully aware. If it's long, if it's short, if it's cross, if it's soft, steadily. So just keep. And if the so if you are an old student or a student who joined 1 month early, then please start practicing the second practice of breathing meditation. Your job is to focus on the area below the nostrils and above the upper lip, and let the breath to come and touch. Your job is just to observe as it is, as it is. When it is coming in, be aware that when it is touching, be aware means touching the area below the nostrils and above the upper lip, and wait patiently. When it comes back, it will touch the very same area, and then below the area below the nostrils and above the upper lip, it will go on. Just observe them accordingly, as it is, as it is. Everyone, please start your meditation. Your meditation be very, very successful. Very, very successful. Now, everyone, please start your meditation. Now, if you want to, if your legs are paining, if you have unbearable pain on your legs, you can straighten them. But please keep your eyes closed. We are going to practice loving kindness meditation in breath. We are going to practice loving kindness meditation in breath. First of all, let's share our loving kindness with ourselves. First, if there is anything which is related to your past, so in the past, if you have done some kind of a wrong action, so that now you have painful memories about them, this is the time to let it go. This is the time to let it go and then calm yourself down. Past is past, it is gone. You have to learn the lessons, and people learn the lessons and they move forward. So let those past mistakes go. Let those things that you couldn't do go, that you cannot change, that you couldn't do, let those things go. and forgive yourself. And now, please spread your sincere loving kindness towards yourself. May I be well. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I be very peaceful. Please spread your sincere loving kindness towards yourself. Now, let's spread our sincere loving kindness towards our dear parents, teachers, relatives, and friends. May my dear mother, may my dear father, may my dear teachers, relatives, and friends be well, be happy, be peaceful. May they be very peaceful. Please spread your loving kindness towards your parents, teachers, relatives, and friends. Now, let's spread our sincere loving kindness towards the neutral people. Neutral people means the people who are not your enemies or your friends. People who are in the middle. May all the neutral people also be well, be happy, be peaceful. May they be very peaceful. Please spread your sincere loving kindness towards the neutral people. Now, let's spread our loving kindness towards the enemies. In life, people do mistakes. They might have been hurtful, but still, that's you can't change it. No use of crying or developing anger or developing jealousy, some kind of negativity, and develop grudges towards the other. So, everyone will calmly forgive your enemies and spread love and kindness. May my enemies also be well. May my enemies also be happy. May my enemies also be peaceful. May they be very peaceful. Please spread your loving kindness, sincere towards your enemy. Now, let's spread our loving kindness towards all the beings, all the beings. Human beings, animals, then after that, all other kinds of beings, fish, birds, all the visible beings, invisible beings. Please think about from the tiniest being to the biggest being in the world. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be very peaceful. Please spread your loving kindness towards all the beings in the world. Bhavatu Sambe Mangalang Rakhantu Sambe Devata Sambe Puttanupamine Sabbe Dhammanupamine Sabbe Sanganupamine Dada Tutti Bhavang Tutti. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Now, everyone, very calmly, please open your eyes. Let your back stay straight. Let the other body parts relax. Now, please join your palms together and say 3 times. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Dear Dhamma friends, today, as I mentioned at the beginning, please try to develop these 3 kinds of courage. Today, we had to conduct the meditation session on a Thursday night because tomorrow morning, here on Friday in United States it's Thursday. I had to do this on Thursday night because I'm taking all my relatives. I mean, the relatives of my mother and relatives of my father. I mean, they are brothers and sisters and families. I take them for a 2-day trip to certain sacred places in Sri Lanka. Therefore, I apologize. I had to move today's meditation session from Friday to Thursday. So that's why we are meeting on a Thursday night. So if there was any inconvenience, I want to really apologize. Now you are moving forward and hope you are practicing every day, morning 5 minutes or 10 minutes for a beginner. And for an advanced student, I requested to do it. So they are used to practice 20 minutes in the morning and 20 minutes at night. So at first they were asked to practice breathing meditation for 5 minutes, and then Vipassana meditation at least for 10 to 15 minutes, and which is followed by a small loving kindness meditation session. So please keep on doing that, and I wish that may you develop further and further and further and further in this noble non-sectarian pure meditation technique. Human being, not only human beings, many beings in the world, they have enemies. Even for the meditation, there are 5 kinds of enemies. Starting from today, I'm going to teach you about these 5 kinds of enemies that we encounter in our day-to-day life and also during the meditation. During the meditation. Therefore, these 5 enemies are called as the enemies of meditation. In Pali, we call them Pancha Nivarana. Nivarana means the things that cover. What do these defilements cover? What do these so 5 hindrances, 5 enemies cover? They cover your mind. They cover your mind and they stop your advancement in the Dhamma practice, in the meditation practice. When your mind is overpowered by the addiction to sensual desire, sensual pleasure, then there you encounter the first enemy of meditation. When you have sensual desire, addiction to sensual desire, they cover your mind, they cover up your mind, and they don't. So this addiction to sensual pleasure won't let you to advance in the Dhamma practice. Second enemy is aversion. That means the base root of anger. When your mind is overpowered by anger, you can't do anything in your day-to-day. So you can't move forward. You can't have a development and advancement in your daily life or in meditation. Then third one is the wandering mind, the wandering nature of mind. The third one is the laziness. Fourth one is the wandering mind, wandering nature of your mind. The fifth one is the doubt, self-doubt, and the other kind of doubt. Since they cover your mind up and don't let you to advance forward, to move forward in your life and in meditation practice, we call them the enemies. So today as I mentioned, I'm going to talk about and teach about the first. In Pali, Buddhist language, this enemy is called as Kama Chanda, addiction to sensual pleasure. We experience sensual pleasure. We experience sensual pleasure through 5 senses. So there are 5 external senses that we do have. In certain places, Buddha describes this as 6 senses, including the mind. So let's go with the 6 senses term. If we go with the term 6 senses, the 6 senses go like this. Number 1, eyes. Number 2, ears. Number 3, nose. Number 4, tongue, the taste. Number 4 for the tongue. And number 5, the skin. And number 6, the mind. So number 1, eyes. Eyes, with the eyes, we always want to see things which are happening outside. And then, therefore, we get attached. We develop attachment and addiction to sensual pleasure. And then, number 2, with the ears, we listen to sounds. Number 3, with the nose, we experience, we feel, smell, odors. With the tongue, we experience taste. With the skin, we experience the touches. With the mind, we experience the thoughts. When we interact with these internal senses and external 6 kinds of external objects, 6 kinds of external objects means the images, the forms that we see, the sounds that we hear, the odors that we experience, so feel, and then that we smell, and then after that the taste that we taste, and then the touches that we gain, that we experience with our skin, and then the tone. These are 6 external objects. Then, when we have the addiction towards the 6 senses, then we live totally attached to these 6 kinds of senses. Whenever we live attached to these 6 kinds of senses, then it is, for such kind of mind, it is difficult. It is difficult for such kind of mind to develop wisdom with. Why? That person doesn't have enough balance of mind to see the outside world with an open mind. With an open mind. So, the Buddha used a very nice simile. There was one hunter in the Everest mountain, Himalayan mountain. He wanted to catch. He wanted to catch the monkey. So what he did, he carved the form of a human being. He made a puppet. And on that puppet, he applied sticky gum, which is obtained from jackfruit. He applied sticky gum, and he took it to the Himalayan forest and placed it somewhere where the monkeys mostly moved. And then a monkey saw this unmoving puppet. At the beginning, the monkeys were scared, and then after that, one monkey was brave enough to go to that place and to go towards the puppet and play with it. So what he did, so he saw the right hand of this puppet with the so with his right hand he gave a so he struck, he hit the right hand of that puppet, and then his right hand got stuck. Then he hit to save himself and to push away the puppet. He hit the puppet with his left hand. Then his left hand also got stuck. Then he hit that puppet with his right leg, then with left leg, and both the legs were stuck. Finally, he didn't have anything to hit the puppet and save its life, so it stuck with its head. The head, it also got stuck. Now the monkey is totally stuck to the sticky puppet, right? Because of the jackfruit sticky gum. And at that time, the hunter saw this. He came out and caught that monkey and killed it and sold its meat. We are the same. Throughout the life, we are the same. We run after various things throughout the life. Sometimes we run after things that we see. Sometimes we run after things that we hear. Sometimes we run after things that we smell. Sometimes we run after things so that we taste. Sometimes we run after things that we feel. So the touches. And if we can't do anything about them, then we mentally think about something that we experience in the past. A pleasurable experience or an unpleasant experience. It can be any. So you think about it. And like that, we have become sticky puppets. So stuck monkey in our own life. We are stuck to our 6 senses, and they are respective 6 objects, without understanding the reality of these internal organs and external objects. Then, for such kind of person, developing sila, moral qualities, is a difficult task. Developing concentration, it's a difficult task. Developing wisdom is a very hard task. We must first suppress and then eliminate. So totally eradicate this first enemy from our life. For the betterment of our day-to-day life, for the betterment of our spiritual practice. The Dhamma practice. Whatever the experience that we gain, whatever the experience that we gain from these external objects internally, they can be categorized into 3 kinds of sensation. Number 1, comfortable sensation. Number 2, uncomfortable. Number 3, neutral. Whatever the sensations they are, we have to understand they arise to pass. They arise to pass. And each and every moment, all those things are rising and passing. According to our attachments, let's say you attach to a person, saying, this is my mother, this is my father, this is my brother, this is my sister, this is my relative, this is my lover, or this is my son, this is my daughter, like. But the true nature of them is change. You can call them various kinds of names and develop attachments, but their nature is change. If someone doesn't understand this, that person develops a very strong attachment towards these natures, and they want those things to ever last. But the truth, then they run after, they run out of the path of greed. They are expecting something which is not happening. They are expecting something which is not real. Then they are bound to suffer. When the reality comes, when those people have to face the real. Even the other attachments, we have attachments towards our wealth. We have attachment towards objects, property, and fame. That kind of things. All those things, if you wisely consider, you can understand they arise to pass away. You cannot let them, you cannot make them everlasting. While they are staying with you, they are decaying, and one day they are bound to lose it. Let it be wealth, let it be property, let it be fame, anything. They are bound to pass. Bound to pass. We have to live in the world understanding this. Let it be whatever the experience that you are experiencing right now is, let it be a pleasurable, let it be a comfortable one, uncomfortable one, or a neutral one. Their nature is such. They are bound to pass. They are bound to pass. Then, whenever you understand the reality of things as they actually are, with the nature of impermanence. So, everything is impermanent. This is a fact. This is the universal truth about everything. So, if you see things with that understanding, everything finally leads to suffering. If you associate things and people with that understanding, and everything has no eternal soul. If you associate things and people with this understanding, then it's easier to manage yourself and calm yourself down and develop deeper wisdom with. One may, especially one thing that people cannot get rid of is the sexual desire. It is the most difficult part for certain people. When certain people are attached to the touch, since we think it's a very great desire, so very pleasing one, then people get attached to that one too. It is not a bad thing, but we have to understand the reality of it. So let's say, so we attach to ourselves too. We attach to the other people too. But the reality which is related to them, that reality cannot be controlled by you. The reality of this body, so When we see a person who has done makeup, we think, oh, this body is so beautiful. But the truth is, we don't see the loathsome parts of our body. So in that way. But sometimes the body talks to us with its own language, the Dhamma language. For an example, let's see. So there is a wife and a husband. One day, this wife combs her hair. Very nice. Very nice. And when she combed her hair, the husband sees this and says, oh, your hair is so beautiful. This happens at the night time. In the morning, this very lady makes a soup. And she lovingly makes a soup for her husband and offers him. And at that time, this husband takes the soup, and when he is about to taste, he sees a small black something on that soup. Then he automatically shouts, "Yay, yay!" And after that, he calls his wife and starts scolding, saying that she hasn't made the soup cleanly, and she has put one of her hair inside that soup. See, at night time, the thing which was beautiful, in the morning it has become something ugly. Then, so that let's suppose that, so the perfect answer that wife could give is, so this soup is a beautiful, nice one, and falling my hair on the soup, it has become double beautiful. Double beautiful. So somehow, so just kidding. So somehow we have to understand the reality of our bodies. So they have this nature of loathsome. This hair, even though it is attached to our body, it's not ours. They have no life. We can do this and that to our hair. We can comb it in various ways. We can do various kinds of hairstyles, but still the hair doesn't belong to. The hair, it has grown from the trash of our solid particles of our body. So these hair, these nails, then fingernails, then body hair, and so the flame, and all such kind of things, they have come out of our own body. They are not really beautiful. They are loathsome things. There are such kind of 32 things that Buddha taught us as loathsome, and which are inside our body. So when we realize that we have this we have these kinds of 32 parts of our body, inside our body, which are which are loathsome and not beautiful. But we think, since we are used to see things only in the positive way, not in the realistic way, we only notice those parts that we can see from outside. But whenever you go closer and see inside, you realize that there are so many parts. Whenever you encounter a strong sensual desire, at such time, if it is uncontrollable, you should use this technique of observing the low-sum objects of harmony, low-sum parts of harmony. These things, this hair, even though it is on my, it has grown on my body, so they are not mine. They are not mine. They don't belong to me. They are not under the control of me. They are impermanent change. When you think like that, so not only your hair, but also the hair of the other people. When you think like that, you gain the ability to control your sexual, so unlawful, unnecessary sexual desire. So not only that part, you claim, so then, so the flame and then your saliva and all such kind of things. So there are such kind of 32 parts. If you want more details later on, I'll teach you. So when you focus on them, you gain the ability to control your such kind of unnecessary sexual desires. And then by that way, you can temporarily suppress this addiction to sensual pleasure, sensual desires, and then you can move on in your meditation practice. Whenever this kind of a so this enemy of addiction to sensual pleasure comes up, then please think about the nature of impermanence. So nature of so finally understand that all of them leads to suffering, and understand that they are no soul nature, and focus on their loathsomeness, and then control yourself. Control yourself and suppress that addiction to sensual pleasure, and then move forward. Move forward. So we can divert this to other so many addictions. So certain people are addicted to smoking. Certain people are addicted to drinking. So there are such kind of things. If you have such kind of addictions, you can apply this. Understand whatever the we are not addicted to a cigarette or a glass of alcohol or something. Actually, we are addicted. We have to understand that we are addicted to the sensations, that they cause. When these sensations pass away, that experience passes. But when the experience leaves you, you have to understand, when this experience leaves you, it damages your mind and your body. So that addiction is not healthy, not useful. So I have to let such kind of addictions also go. There are such kind of many addictions that we have developed because of the addiction to sensual pleasure. Whenever they rise and they try to grab you, catch you, and control you, use this technique of seeing them as impermanent, seeing them as suffering, seeing them as loathsome, seeing them as the objects or things of people with no soul, and by that way suppress your addiction to sensual pleasure and control yourself. Using this, please move forward. Work hard for yourself. This noble technique, we practice this noble technique for the betterment of you. The first person who is going to get benefited is you, not anybody else. So work hard, keep working hard daily, in the morning and then in the evening, just like we eat food. And gradually, let's move forward. in another 3 weeks, let's meet each other in person in Santa Clara, at the temple in Santa Clara. Until then, I sincerely request you to practice giving your entire strength. And I wish that may you develop in this noble Dhamma practice continuously. And finally, may all of you attain the real peace, real happiness, purification of mind, Nibbana. With those thoughts, everyone, please join your palms together and concentrate. Abhimadena senese nichang vada pachainu Chattaro dhamma vadanti Ayuvangno sukhang balang Ayurarogya sampatti Sagga sampatti mevache Ato nibbana sampatti Iminati samijjatu. May all of you be well. May all of you be happy. May all of you be very, very peaceful. Sukhi Hotu. Sukhi Hotu. Sukhi Hotu. Everyone, please take care of yourself and stay healthy. Whatever it happens, stay positive. And see you all again in another 3 weeks at the temple. Good night, everyone. So let me talk to all of you. Right. Good night, Asmita.
Thank you, Bhante. Good night. Good day.
Good night, Neha. Good night, Ram Garu.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night to everyone.